It's annoying, but we think it's a shame. We all find time to chat and go live and get with the House and Senate on the phone and online. We even tweet the press when we feel like we're stuck on Bill S4227. You'll say you're out of luck, but I think that it's time that they hear our voice and then we say it louder because it's our choice. We say, hey, we want a 10K.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, guys, here we go.
I can't.
Here we go. Somebody. You guys ready for this? Are we gonna get louder and let them know that we are not joking around anymore? Another week goes by. They have the power and the authority to give us money, and they're not doing it. Problem. Big problem. And I'm not pointing at the Democrats, and I'm not pointing at the Republicans. I'm pointing at every one of them. Every one of them. You got to be careful when you point, because you got 3 more fingers coming back. But they are doing some pointing, people. They are doing some pointing, and now they're to the point where we're stuck for the weekend waiting on nothing to happen. What's up, St. Gang Gang? What's up, Joe Sparrow? What's up, T. Carlson? What's up, guys? We're going to get for real. We're going to get loud. It's not just about the 10K now, it's about the stimulus. It's about everybody's Ks. Dang, what's going on?
Okay, that's good.
Dude, are we going to defund the politicians? Are we going to have to defund the politicians? I mean, that seems to be the thing that everybody's doing. It seems like, everybody wants to defund. Now, I think what we need to think about doing, people, is defunding these politicians. I think it's time to we got to do something. We might have to go to Capitol Hill to do it, but you got to do what you got to do. I mean, it might have to come to the point where we just show them on the election day. The longer they make us wait, the more discouraged we get. This isn't a political game anymore. No, it is not a political game anymore. Now it's playing with every single one of the Americans' lives out there. Every single one of them. We deserve better than this. Dang. It's to the point where, you know, it's in the hands of a few people. It's just in the hands of a few people. The sad part is we put them in charge. We put these people in charge. Now they're saying they're taking, it might be until September to even get a stimulus check. So there the Eidl is. There's our Eidl grant. It's in that package. They've got to re-sign the money out. They've got to bring that money back out to us and reallocate the money for us. So we are going to have to call more people now. What do we do? Who do we call? Where's America's retribution? Who do we talk to? Who will hear our voice? We need to find out. 202-225-4965. Here we go. I'm going to give you guys a number. Here's a number I want you to call. 202 225 4965. There's a number. Where is it? It's hard to quit being so nice.
Of the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi. We value hearing from you. To listen to this menu in English, please stay on the line. Para español, presiona 5. If you would like to voice your opinion, share feedback, or pass along a personal story to Speaker Pelosi, please press 1. If you would like to find out how... Thank you for calling the office of Congresswoman Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the House. As a constituent of California's 12th District, your views are very important to us. Please leave your comments at the tone. Record your message after the tone.
When you've finished, you can hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Nancy, why don't you give us our money? I think the American people are about sick and tired of you abusing your powers and holding on to our money. So, Nancy, this is the American people, and we're asking the next defundation that begins in America is to defund politicians who don't want to do their jobs. You could go sign the bill. You can go sign everybody's stimulus checks right now, and you're not doing it. Hey, Nancy, we want our money. This is the American people talking. You're listening to me right now live on YouTube. There's a lot of people listening to me right now. And I'm just going to say right now, quit playing games with our lives. Goodbye. And that's what every one of us can do. That right there, the number that I'm giving you is Nancy Pelosi's number. You can call and leave a message. We're not playing games anymore. Who else do we call? Hey, McConnell. How about McConnell? Let's call McConnell. Let's see if McConnell's opens his phone lines. I'll call the president too.
Thank you for calling Senator Mitch McConnell's Louisville, Kentucky office. If you are calling between the hours of 8:30 a.m. and 5:30 p.m., we are currently experiencing a high volume of calls. If you are calling before 8:30 a.m. or after 5:30 p.m., our office is closed. You can also reach Senator McConnell online by visiting www.mcconnell.senate.gov. Please know that your call is very important to us. Thank you.
Okay, so that's his message. We ain't getting nothing from him. All right, time to tweet the president. Oh, it's to the point where nobody is doing their jobs. Here's the deal, people. If you had a restaurant, right, and the restaurant was full of people, and your staff walked out on you, are you going to keep that staff, or are you going to try to get new staff? We're going to get new staff. And that's what we need to do come election day, whole new staff. Okay. Now, I had one of our, hey, what's up, Jay Farrell? It's good to see you, hon. T. Carlson, don't get discouraged. We got to keep fighting. You don't know if you're a believer, but a little prayer won't hurt. God don't like ugly. That's the truth. Politico had an Eidl article today, according to Skip. Cool. We'll have to check that out. Remember, McConnell doesn't have a voicemail. Yeah, that's right. He gives you a website. Yeah, so we can all get to McConnell's website, and that would be huge. But I had one of our subscribers today contacted me and asked me if I would read their this out to you, and I will. It's from Raquel DeHood Thornton. She's one of the people that you all might know here. She says, I have a question. Hopefully you'll see this. Why are we having to wait for the second round of our Eidl grants and loans? If all this was written into law in the CARES Act, why are they ignoring the huge mess they created instead of fixing the screw-ups related to the CARES Act? I'm so annoyed that we all sit around day after day praying that these idiots will throw us a bone when this mess is related to a different package altogether. I just don't get how they're playing these asinine negotiation games while so many of us are struggling so hard. It's as though they know for a fact they won't get fired or in trouble. If you could address this at the next live, I would really appreciate it. Thank you for your wife and for everything. Love your channel. That was from Raquel DeHood Thornton. And everybody, just to let you know, you've probably seen her on here. And I just want you to know that, Raquel, you're absolutely right. That could be addressed. It was a totally different package. Our money was supposed to be given to us, and it wasn't. So with that, when is the last time that we heard about the Eidl package? I listened to the Senate once again the other night for about 3 hours, and I did get a little bit of a feedback of a senator from Virginia who said he would like to see the PPP and the Eidl come back. So I'll go ahead and show that to you here. If I can find it, it's right here. Let me go up here with that. Go here. Okay. Let's go to the Virginia Senate. Okay. Sorry it's taking me so long to do this. But my computer is going very slow, as it usually does. Okay, so here's the senator. And I will get his volume. And I'll come into the picture now, hopefully. Is that me yet? Nope. Okay, but here, let me see if I can get this up for you. It doesn't seem to be even working. Okay. Okay. Let's see if I can get this for you. And this was the Virginia senator today, or actually it was yesterday. So I'm trying to pull this up for you. It's a horrible system tonight, so I apologize for that. And I don't know if Raquel Dahoud Thornton heard me, but I just shouted out your message that you wanted me to get. Oops, mouths won't get feds. Darn spell check. Okay, T. Carl's Miss Carl. Hey, pal, always enjoy your channel. These people in office want us to fall off the earth. God does not like ugly. I hear that. I hear that. What's up, Leggett? It's good to see you, bro. Robert Dunham, good to see you again. T. Carlson, of course, always a pleasure. And here I just read Raquel Thornton. Raquel, I just read your message that you had for everybody. And if you want, I can read that again after I put this up. If I can find it. Tom Kane. There you go. Open. Done.
COVID revenue for the foreseeable future. Their PPP and Eidl loan funds, they were glad COVID, who had shared them with me just as they're sharing them with all senators. Here are a few more of the constituents who've reached out to me. The owner of a small business with 18 employees in Northern Virginia wrote me, "My business is struggling, my employees are suffering, and we need further assistance." He went on to describe that this business was completely shut down in the crisis. Even now that they're open, they're operating at less than half their normal revenue for the foreseeable future. Their PPP and Eidl loan funds,
did you hear that?
they were glad to get them. Now they've run out, and they need Congress to act to prevent the business from shuttering and those 18 jobs from disappearing permanently. A woman from Henrico County.
Okay, so that wasn't much, but you know what? It was something.
We're desperate.
It was the first I've heard of any senator or anybody mention the Eidl in a long time. And that was yesterday when the senator who is one of the co-sponsors of the bill got onto the Senate floor and said, look, we have people that have run out of the Eidl money and the PPP money, and we need to bring that back. So with that, I mean, that was a little poof of Eidl coming back out, and we haven't heard that name in so long. So I am going to read, since Thornton is here again. Where did you go? Thornton says, she emailed me today. She said, I'll read it again. I have a question. Hopefully you'll see this. Why are we having to wait for the second round? As I read this question, you all can answer this to Miss Raquel Dahoud Thornton. If you have something you want to say to her, you can answer this as well. Speak and see. I have a question. Hopefully you'll see this. Why are we having to wait for the second round to get our EIDL grants and loans if all this was written into law in the CARES Act? Why are they ignoring the huge mess they created instead of fixing the screw-ups related to the CARES Act? I'm so annoyed that we all sit around day after day praying that these idiots will throw us a bone when this mess is related to a different package altogether. I just don't get how they're playing these asinine negotiations games while so many of us are struggling so hard. It's as though you know for a fact that they won't get fired. It's like they know they won't get fired. If you could address this at your next live, I would appreciate it. Thank you and your wife for everything you do. Love your channel. Well, if there's anybody out there that would like to respond to Raquel as far as why we aren't seeing the CARES Act and it's not being addressed at all when it has nothing to do with the new stimulus package, but it has to do with the old package that we were supposed to get. So if you want to answer that, I'll let you go ahead and answer that, and I will answer it to the best of my knowledge. The CARES Act was written with a certain intention behind it, and that was to give $10,000 to every eligible business. Every business that said, I have a business and I'm an eligible business and you fit into this category, you were supposed to get a $10,000 grant. But that's not what they did. They went on and they saved the money. They were like, okay, wait, maybe we don't have to spend the whole $180 billion or $380 billion, whatever they made out. They don't have to spend it all. We can dish some out here, dish some out there, and do it here and there. And they did like that without giving the whole 10 grand. So they have money left over. So now that they have money left over, they put it over into the new pile, which is going to go into the new act. And add on to the new act. So we're seeing it go into this new act instead of being placed where it was, which was never the intentions of Congress. So that's what we're seeing right now. And it's really frustrating that they're not sticking to their word. And we're getting all these politicians that are talking about everything else except for that big chunk of change, a big amount of money that was supposed to go to small business owners that now it's kind of vanished into thin air until I heard a whisper of it last night at the Senate from Kane, the Virginia senator. And that was nice to hear. Teresa Hardin says they're waiting because they done screwed up the money and gave it to the people that don't need, like the people that is already with millions, and sorry for my mouth, but I'm just fed up. You know what? I've noticed that a lot of people are just fed up now. And you know what? We can be fed up. Don't let them have our joy. Don't let them have your joy. Don't let your joy stand in their hands. But we will get what's ours. And they will hear us when it comes time to vote. So if you guys want to call Pelosi, if you want to tweet the prez, I think I'm going to tweet the prez right now. If everybody tweets the prez right now, hashtag defund politics. Let's do it. I'm going to have to use my other computer because this one's going really slow. Come on. All right, I'm going to his Twitter page. Tweet. Hashtag. Defund politics. Everybody tweet the president. Hashtag tweet Hashtag defund politics. Bam. I mean, what else can we do? You know, they came out with this Restart Act, and that's the new PPP, is the new Restart Act. I don't know if y'all seen that, but it's right here. Stands for Reviving Economy Sustainably Through a Recovery Act. The government's good at one thing. They can make acronyms out of anything. You name it, they'll make an acronym out of it and give it to you. And they'll feed us acronyms all day. Just like the CARES Act. It meant something. Actually meant nothing, but it was an acronym. So let's give them our own acronym. We're going to do our own Restart Act. And how about this? It's going to say, real easy solution to a repulsive time. And that would be to defund politics. There's our solution. That's our solution to this time. So, they want to make acronyms? We can make acronyms too. Speaking C, good evening. Still waiting for the Eidl funding day. Wow, 53 days in. Yep. Robert Dunham, I wish I had that. Hello from Texas. Hello, Rachel Castillo. Hello, Robert Dunham. Sunshine, how far are you? James L. Leggett, it's both frustrating and heartbreaking. At the same time, we will survive. I will survive. But what state therein lies the question. We need new politicians, people. We need new politicians, all of them. Get rid of Pelosi. Get rid of McConnell. Get rid of Schumer. Get rid of them all. Get rid of them all. Call that guy who was speaking on Eidl behalf. Already forgot his name. Ha ha. Let's, we're all speaking on Eidl behalf. Everybody in this room is speaking on Eidl behalf. Ruth the Sauls, we will have to reapply for Eidl grant. If we got 1,000 already, we will get a remainder of 1,000 when it's approved. That's what we're shooting for. We're shooting for the other 10K. We're shooting for the full 10K here. And we're going to get that full 10K because we're all small business owners. If they gave us something and it wasn't the whole 10K, then we're getting the whole 10K. And we are not letting up on this. If they would have already given it to us, then it wouldn't even be an issue. We wouldn't even probably be screaming for the stimulus check right now. But now that they haven't given us anything, here it is. It's like all the people in America are going to eat. We need to eat food, and there's this. They've got food, but the Democrats want to give a whole buffet or nothing, or starve you, and it doesn't make sense. And the Republicans are like, okay, well, let's just give them a couple chicken nuggets. I'll take the chicken nuggets right now. Just get me through the day. And this is what we're seeing right now. It's ridiculous. It's almost, here's what I want to explain to you. Here's what I want to say. I need to go with Pelosi again.
The Office of the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi. We value hearing from you. To listen to this menu in English, please stay on the line. Para español, presiona 5. If you would like to voice your opinion, share feedback, or pass along a personal story to Speaker Pelosi, please press 1. If you would like to find out how to email... Thank you for calling the Office of Congresswoman Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the House. As a constituent of California's 12th District, your views are very important to us. Please leave your comments at the tone.
Record your message after the tone. When you've finished, you can hang up or press 1 for more options.
Nancy Pelosi, hello. This is the American people talking. You have our money and we would like it like now. I just want to read a few things to you. Abusive power and control is also a controlling behavior, and coercive control is a way that an abusive person gains and maintains power and control over other persons in order to subject that victim to psychological, physical, sexual, or financial abuse. So I think we're into the realm right now of abusive power, because you do have the authority right now to sign that bill, and there's no reason why you shouldn't be. And it's also officials who utilize or abuse of power are often those who exploit the ability to use corruption in their advantage. In the United States, abuse of power has been cited in the impeachment of at least 5 federal officials. So I would like it, Ms. Pelosi, if you would quit abusing your powers and do what you should for the American people. Thank you. Okay. Her number, if anybody wants to call Pelosi and leave her a very nice message, her number is 202-225-4965. And that is the number to her Washington office. And then you can go to her other office at 415-556-4862. That's the number to her San Francisco office. So if she feels too safe as being the Speaker of the House, I would like for all those people who are from San Francisco who come onto this channel, which I know there's a lot of you because we help you get grants and we help you get free rent and we help you get stuff like that. We help you do a lot of stuff like that. Well, Nancy's not. So why don't you, people of San Francisco, vote her out? It's time to defund politics and defund politicians, because when something don't work, you fix it. And that's what we're trying to do today. Okay, Molly saying, hello, man. Do we have a non-flyer again? Receive stimulus. Hey, Mussolini, what's up? Hello, my man. Do we have a non-flyer again to receive? Yes, we have a non-flyer again. We're here again. And they're even talking about going as far as into September with this. They're like saying September 7th and 8th. I mean, I'll be picking my fantasy football team if I can afford internet at the time. Oh, it's ridiculous. Robert Dunham can't hurt. I haven't got to do nothing yet. I filed late June, said Teresa Hardin. Jay Farrell, if we the people worked for one of them and took the line that was meant for a specific use, we'd go to jail for misappropriation of funds and embezzlement. Yes, we would, Jay Farrell. You're absolutely right. Robert Dunham, hope, Lord, some of us waited since April. Wow. Hope that helps, sunshine. Saints gang gang, exactly. It doesn't make any sense what the Dems are doing. They had the election almost locked up, but now they're dumb and holdout. Could backfire. It could. It's, who knows? Let some independents come in. I'm all for it. I'm all for it because I like Rubio. He's a Republican in Florida. I've always liked him. He's great for the minority programs in this town or in this state. But you know what? I'll go elsewhere too. And Governor Rick Scott, I'm going, not governor, but the other senator. I'm done with him too. So I need some independence. Did you call Mitch McConnell? I did, Hardin, but Mitch McConnell, it says go use a website link. You just got to go to his website and leave a message, an email for him. He doesn't take calls. Later, McConnell, I'll find somebody who does take calls. I want to find somebody who takes calls and listens and talk, and you can talk to, even if it's just 1 out of 1,000 people. But these people don't talk to anybody. They're so detached from the American people. The politicians out there right now are just so detached from the American people. I had a lady today. I don't want to say her name unless you wanted me to, but she said, I got with Rick Scott, Senator of Florida, and told him to support Eidl 4227, the bill. And he said, I don't want to support that bill because the airlines got $32 billion and fired their employees. It had nothing to do with the bill she was talking about. That's how detached our government is from the people. They don't even know what we're talking about, because they're fed with a silver spoon. And we need to take that silver spoon out of their mouth and call a duck a duck. We need to start calling these ducks that are quacking ducks, whether it hurts their feelings and it's politically correct or not. There's no more politically correct. There's no politics at all. Oh, write them. Teresa Hardin says, write them numbers so I can get them. Oh, okay. I'll give Pelosi. 202 225 4965. There's a Pelosi number. Everybody to light her up. Light her up. And tweet the press. Hashtag defund politics. If that's what we got to do, that's what we're going to do. Is it going to defund them? Probably not right away, but it would give them something to think about. And it could start a new movement for people to say, hey, it's a hashtag defund politics. And I'm with it because I'm really fed up with all of them. McConnell started off hiding behind closed doors, and Pelosi's like, hey, I got a bill, let's sign it. So he comes out and he says, okay, we'll play some ball. She runs into her office, and he's trying to get her. But what about you and I? What about the small businesses who were promised the Eidl for one? And now we're being promised a stimulus check that that was supposed to come 2 months ago. It's like, do they even want to give you one at all? Oh, gosh. Let's roll, Donnie House. Donnie Halverson says, let's roll, speak. Donnie's in the house, people. Time to raise the roof. Yeah, the roof. The roof is on fire. We don't need no politicians. Let's defund politicians. Defund politicians now. That was a horrible. Okay, Robert Dunham, June to August. That just screams bad banking. Raquel Thornton, that's right. St. Gang, September 12th. They've gave themselves an extra week off of COVID. Speak it, see it. We speak it, we see it. We want our 10K. We get our 10K. What gives us our 10K? Well, I think the CARES Act does, because it says right here, the applicant may request in advance not to exceed $10,000. 3 days after SBA receives the applicant for the Emergency Economic Injury Disaster Loan before disbursement, the SBA is required to verify eligibility. And it goes for all businesses. It says you don't even have to have a good credit. Oh, guys. Trust me, James Leggett says, trust me, I don't give up. And I won't on this matter. How nuts family, friends, staff think I am. No doubt. Me too. And I've never gotten into politics except for now. But now that I've dove in deep and I'm watching the senators and watching the congressmen and paying attention to their every move, dude, they barely move. These people barely do anything. It's like they don't have any sense of urgency at the most urgent time that the world has ever seen. And they're all like, well, I guess we're just going to wait until they come over to us with something. I would not run a kid's bounce house company half as leisurely as these people are running our government. Isn't this ridiculous? Have you ever seen anything like this? If you get an electric bill, you pay your electric bill because that's what the contract says you're supposed to do. They got a bill saying pay the small businesses $10,000 and they didn't pay. We can't shut them off. Hashtag defund politicians. We got to do something. And I've heard all the YouTubers right now. You can see frustration in all of them. You think of one of them right now and you're like, I remember like a month ago when everybody was very excited. Hey, the Eidl came back. We're getting our money. Everybody's very excited. You see this stimulated. We're stimulated. That's what the stimulus checks do. They stimulate people. Now look at the frustration on everybody's faces. It's totally changed the whole atmosphere. It's just totally redundant. It's horrible. Teresa Hardin says Pelosi, McConnell, all of them acting like this money coming out of their pockets, which they send back, letting poor starve, don't make no sense. It does not make sense. It does not. I have to agree. It's so weird. There's Pelosi's number. St. Gang, half of Congress can't even use smartphones. Their research of real issues is reading an article or two. Teresa Hardin, Pelosi, D-Rock, they don't care about our small businesses. They sure don't. They sure don't. Who got T. Carlson said Pelosi, another number, held it for review. We clicked show. Pelosi, another number is 415-556-4862. That's the number to her office in San Francisco. Yes. Teresa Hardin, McConnell, number 2 calls. We can't meet halfway with the 2. We got to email McConnell. His number is 502-584-6304. And we need to tweet the president. Hashtag defund politicians. I don't know if we can defund him if he doesn't take a paycheck, but we could do something. Oh, how do you defund somebody who's not taking a paycheck? That's going to be tough. He probably President Trump will be like, yeah, I'll defund him. They'll make him about the same as I am. Only they're not all multi-billionaires. And they will be by the time they're done office. Keldor Thornton says, funny, they don't do smack. Robert Dunham, this is interesting. I know this is a different kind of a view here. It's a different kind of a take that we're going on tonight. And I can see everybody's frustration from their letters. I have the other one I'm going to read right now. Anjanya called Schumer and Pelosi this morning 3 times and told them under no certain terms will they get any money from me to the Democratic Party, that I'm disappointed completely and that they're wasting a lot of our time and our lives by making the bill way too big and not taking care of the issue at hand, which is stimulus, and the grant is a separate issue. I agree they shouldn't be making a giant pork bill that covers everything and makes everyone fight. They should come into terms if they have already not, or come put some that in the, wait, what? This is a really long sentence. They shouldn't be making a giant pork bill that covers everything that makes everyone fight. They should come to terms if they already have come to put in the bill and make a second bill for whatever is left. That's my statement, and I told them off this morning in no uncertain terms how sad I am, and I was, about the way they're acting. The blame game doesn't work for me. And I agree with you. I agree with you and Janya. It's a blame game where this person's blaming that one and that person's blaming that one. And the thing is, they are now to the point where our lives are not as important as their pride, as their being right and their being wrong. And who are we going to make sure gets voted in office? If they can hold off a little long, if they can starve the people so they have to be voted out and this and that, that's why I'm saying vote them all out. They can starve the fish pond so the fish come up to the top and have to eat food that they don't want. It's very disheartening to see our country and our politicians act like they're acting. Donnie Halverson, sometimes the toughest move is the one you're most afraid of. If you want to make a stand, people, we got to do it together. Everyone has to be all in. I'm with you, Donnie. What do we want to do? What are we going to do? We all need to be hashtagging the president. We all need to be getting in touch with Rubio. We all need to be getting in touch with Pelosi. We all need to be getting in touch with Cardin. I put links down there in the description to many, many more politicians that we need to hit. Republicans and Democrats, dude. We're hitting them all because this is their baby that they ain't feeding. Okay. St. Gang. Not one senator or House representative where Trump said the words health insurance during the biggest pandemic in history. Oh, no, they don't talk about that. Don't get us started, Medicare for all, Saint. Even Joe won't touch that, right? T. Carlson, we can defund the rest. Yeah. Saint Gang Gang. Robert Dunham, personally don't care about the health insurance because I know it's all about money. I try to eat organic and learn my herbs actually work. Robert Dunham, the care in the U.S. rivals that of the U.S. budget. I absolutely agree, Donnie, says T. Carlson. Dr. Ralph Thornton, exactly. It's all about their pride. You are 100% spot on. Yeah, it's exactly what it is. It's to the point where who's going to move first? Because if I move first, then they'll see I'm weaker in this end. Dude, it's a humble yourself now. That nobody wants to humble themselves. Oh. James L. Leggett. I worked for 2 congressmen in the 80s, and I can tell you that are correct. They never have a sense of urgency in anything. Ain't that true? Richard Howell's message is held for review. It says, I have been watching your videos lately, and I didn't receive part of my check. So I'm late on rent, and I applied for the $10K. I have a business, and I'm just short on the rent, $60 this month. Please help. I don't know how to help you. I don't know how to even get money out to... That's a Richard Howell. I'll show it. If anybody else can help Richard Howell out, I'll show you a comment. The ones we're looking for to the help from are the ones that we're all asking help for right now. T. Carlson, I say hashtag on all platforms. Hashtag defund politicians. Yep. Let's do it. Let's do it. Richard Howell. Any help? Okay, yeah. Richard Howell, what I need you to do is leave me your county and state down below. And I need to get your county and state written down. And tomorrow I will have a link up for you about where you can go to get help for that. So yeah, we can help you as much as we'll do our best. Dewey Ham, problem is that people think we're wasting a vote and they vote third party and they don't get enough exposure. Oh well. If I have to vote third party, I will. Even if that way they won't be able to blame me. Right now I can blame myself because I voted some of these politicians in that I'm watching. And they won't be able to blame me next time. Because if I voted for somebody who didn't make it in, and you got the same clowns that you have now, then you asked for it. You got it. Toyota. James Leggett, in 8 years working with them since the time they voted significant, if not lifetime, pay and insurance for themselves, urgency went out the window. Yeah. Dewey Ham, but yet they waste their vote on same two-party broken system. Yeah. Donnie Halverson, I asked you last week if you would go the route NAA is doing and suing. Is everyone down to do something like this? If we sue, it's going to be even longer before we get our money. But I don't know, man. Something's going to have to give. Something's going to have to give. I understand we all do that. That's why we're looking forward for this bill to be passed. James Leggett, literally on the small complement of members in Congress actually care about the folks who hired them. Yeah, I agree. At least they're really good at pretending that they do. Because I've talked to Rubio and I even talked to Scott. I talked to a few governors in Florida. They seem to be genuine people, but they seem to be also, when you meet them, they seem to be staged for perfection. Instead of being real, instead of being straight up, instead of like, you know what I mean? When I met Rick Scott, it was kind of like, hey, Rick Scott, and he had the smile and he had the concern and stuff like that, but it was kind of fake. But he said all the right things. So, what do you do? Sounds kind of like my wife. Then you marry him, and you're with him, and you grow to love him. But these politicians, I love my wife. I love her. She's the best. She is rocking. But these politicians, I cannot grow to love them. I am growing more of the opposite way. Right now, I've never seen anybody like this. Anything. Dang. They're going to starve you until you vote their way. It's weird. And right now, tonight, we are standing up for tonight. We're standing up for the stimulus check and hashtag defunding politicians. We're going off of the Eidl grant talk for a little bit, which I know we're kind of going off the curve, but I'm kind of a believer in if we go and help the other people that are out there that are needing their money, then they will come on our board and say, we need to help the small businesses too. They all got together on our defense. Now we need to all get together on their defense. So we're all here helping each other. And that's what I'm trying to help happen here. Help make happen here. And let's see what we got here. But yeah, that one Virginia senator, if you listen real closely here, dun, dun, dun. If you listen closely to what he says, then you will see or listen to him say the word we've all been waiting for, that nobody has even spoke of in a whiff.
Here are a few more of the constituents who've reached out to me. The owner of a small business with 18 employees in Northern Virginia wrote me, "My business is struggling, my employees are suffering, and we need further assistance." He went on to describe that this business was completely shut down in the crisis. Even now that they're open, they're operating at less than half their normal revenue for the foreseeable future. Their PPP and Eidl loan funds, they were glad to get them. Now they've run out, and they need Congress to act.
He said
to prevent
PPP
the
and
business from
Eidl
shuttering and
have
those
run
18
out,
jobs from
and now they need
disappearing
Congress
permanently.
to act. Guys, if we haven't had a breath of fresh air in the last week about Eidl, we just did. We got a whiff of one of the co-sponsors actually saying people ran out of PPP and Eidl. Congress has to do something. That's pretty good. That was better than nothing. So the Eidl was spoken. If we speak it, we will see it. That's why we got to keep speaking it. We can't let the Eidl go away. So I just want to keep that out there in front of you guys. And we need to keep on speaking it. And I will actually do that again.
Here are a few more of the constituents who've reached out to me. The owner of a small business with 18 employees in Northern Virginia wrote me, "My business is struggling, my employees are suffering, and we need further assistance." He went on to describe that this business was completely shut down in the crisis. Even now that they're open, they're operating at less than half their normal revenue for the foreseeable future. Their PPP and Eidl loan funds, they were glad to get them. Now they've run out, and they need Congress to act to prevent the business from shuttering.
I heard it.
And those 18
You
jobs
hear that?
from disappearing permanently.
We have
Here are a few more
not
of the
disappeared
constituents who've
off
reached
the face
out
of
to
the
me.
earth.
The owner of a
The
small
Eidl
business
is still
with
out
18
there.
employees in Northern Virginia
He just
wrote
said the
me,
word Eidl,
"My business is
which is
struggling,
all
my employees
we
are suffering,
have
and we need further assistance."
heard about it in the last.
He went on to describe
How
that
long
this
ago?
business was
How long?
completely shut down in the crisis. Even now that they're open, they're operating at less than half their normal revenue for the foreseeable future. Their PPP and Eidl loan funds, they were glad to get them. Now they've run out, and they need Congress to act.
Now that's
to
one of the
prevent business
co-sponsors
from shuttering and those 18 jobs
of
from
the bill.
disappearing permanently.
So it was big when I heard that. I was up late last night. I got that little clip at about 3:00 in the morning last night when I was listening to the most boring Senate hearing. So I'd find something like that, a whiff of hope, a whiff of, hey, we can get our money. He just said what we were hoping he would say. Congress needs to bring back the Eidl, the PPP. The PPP is coming back. We know that. When we get new politicians, maybe, but it's coming back. But I just wanted to share that with you guys because I thought it was kind of important. It was something. It was something. Yes, that's Tim Kaine from Virginia. So Shout out to Tim Kaine, even though I want you gone too. I want them all gone. I want them all gone. I mean, it sounds sincere. It seems sincere. But you would think that they would be talking to their own party. And from what they're saying, McConnell shut out his guys, his Republicans, when he was doing his biddings. Now Pelosi is shutting out her party and doing stuff behind closed doors with her biddings. So it's like, no, that's not the way we need to be doing this. So yeah, this congressman stepped up, and that was kind of nice to hear. I mean, he's one of my favorite ones right now. I don't know a lot of his moral views and stuff like that, but he did mention something that really affects me and you. So hopefully that will give us some kind of a solace that what we're doing is actually working. And what else do we got here? What else can I give you guys? Okay. More questions. Here we go. Is Ajanya and Janya in? She called Schumer and Pelosi this morning and just totally let them have it. Good job. Good job. And we could probably contact Rubio and let him know how we feel about what's going on. Let's see if I got Rubio. We do have Rubio's number. We can call him again. We can call Tim Kaine and say, hey, thanks for bringing us up, but it was kind of short-lived. I need to get this out of my face. Okay, guys, sorry about the... I need to get a new computer. There we go. Oh. Any questions out there? Let me go ahead and answer those. If I can get rid of this guy out of my face. He's just... There we go. Okay, back on. Sorry about that, guys. Let's see what we got. Literally, a small compliment of the members of Congress actually care about the folks who hired them, as James Leggett said. Only not one. Only not on. Dewey Ham. Dewey Ham says, look up Jorgensen. She's awesome, and she's got my vote. Donnie Halverson says, we will look up Jorgensen. Let me write that down. What is her name? Dewey, or just Jorgensen? Dewey Ham said Jorgensen. You know, a politician could go out there and run solely on Eidl. And the small business owners out there would vote them, and they could get in just on the Eidl, saying, I'm going to make that right. I'm going to make sure you get your loan, your grant, and they would in. That's the kind of person we're looking for. And then Rick Scott telling what's her name earlier today that, hey, I don't support the bill because it got a bunch of money from Eidl. It got like $38 billion, the airports did, and now they fired their employees. What does that have to do with small businesses, dude? You are so out of it, Scott. You're so out of it. You are, I mean, you're, ugh. That's what I mean. I'm not here about the Republican. I'm not here about the Democrat. I am here about the inadequacy of them all. Defund politics, boycott big business. Yeah. I mean, dude, that's what they're trying, looking like they're trying to clone here. It is a big box store world. And we can't let this happen. Donnie Halverson, if a bill was written and made legal and then changed right in front of our eyes, it makes you wonder how much leaders care about just how much money buys people. Yeah. And that's the truth. It would just be like us playing a football game and you got to kick a 5-yard field goal to win the game. And the referee says, oh, wait, no, it's a delay of game. We're sending you back to your own 5-yard line. Now you got to make a 100-yard field goal kick that you can never get. So it's like they changed the rules in the middle of the game. You can't do that. You cannot do that. If a judge issues a law for you to fill, you got to fill that law. Legislation, writes a bill, you got to fulfill that bill. And they didn't. It's like, whoa. How can you just make $100 billion disappear and bring it and give it to somebody else? It's ludicrous. It's scary. We cannot let this happen. We got to stop it. Defund these people. Get rid of them. Leisha Doss, it's time to clean house. The politicians have let us down. It's like that, and that's the way it is. Huh. Yes, they have let us down. Leisha Doss is 100% factual correct. If anybody out there disagrees with Leisha Doss, let me know, because I think that's probably the most just perfect statement, straight to the point, that anybody could have said tonight. It's time to clean house. The politicians have let us down. In such a nice and friendly way. Thank you, Leisha. We appreciate you. Because it's like that, and that's the way it is. Good job. Donnie Halverson, Carranza was bought off and protected by our leaders in the government, and so as our politicians can get hundreds of thousands and never pay a dime back. Billions. Where's Rosin, Senator Rosin from Nevada, who wrote the bill? She has one conversation with Carranza, and you never hear. She'd never even backed up the bill after that. Tell me something isn't a little off. The person who is pushing for the bill, the person whose name is on the bill, 4227, goes and has a conversation with Mnuchin and Carranza, saying that by Friday we should be reallocating the funds back. Then they get behind closed doors and we hear nothing from Rosin ever again. It's weird. So I think that they're all way off. We need to clean house. The politicians have let us down. That's our story, and we're sticking to it. Carranza was bought off and protected by our leaders in the government, just so our own politicians can get hundreds of thousands, maybe millions, and never pay a dime back. We're changing that extra point from 3 to 2 in the middle of the game. Yes, that's what they did. They've changed the rules in the middle of the game, and I don't think that we're going to take it. I don't think they understand how far they have pushed the American people. And this wasn't just one person doing one thing. This is the people that are behind the closed doors of the elected, us. We put them there. Shame on us. What do? When we make a mistake, we fix it. We get them out. If we're all small business owners here, right? Most of us. If an employee has let us down or is taking too many smoke breaks, never to be seen again, what do? We fire them. Go home. Don't come back. And that's what we need to do with these public officials, these servants of ours that are not serving anybody but themselves and their pride. Saint Gang Gang and Raquel Dahoud Thornton. I'm going to read her. I'm going to read Raquel Dahoud Thornton's letter. Not letter, but a little thing she wrote me today because it was pretty cool. Raquel Dahoud Thornton said, I have a question. Hopefully you'll see this. Why are we having to wait for a second round of Eidl grants and loans if all of this was written into law in the CARES Act? Why do we have to wait if it was all a law written into the CARES Act? I know. I'm just hearing mosquitoes and crickets in the back of my. Why do we have to wait? If it was written into the CARES Act, she says, it goes on to say, why are they ignoring the huge mess they created instead of fixing the screw-ups related to the CARES Act? It could be done with the stroke of a pen. She said, I'm so annoyed that we all sit around day after day praying these idiots will throw us a bone when this mess is related to a different package altogether. I just don't get how they're playing these asinine negotiation games while so many of us are struggling so hard. It's as though they know for a fact they won't get fired or in trouble. If you would address this at your next live, we would appreciate it. Thank you for it. Yeah, there it is. Once again, by Raquel DeHood Thornton. Robert Dunham just posted 5 months, 3 or 4 meetings. Still wondering. Yeah, it was in the 3rd. January, February, March 20th. It was 3:20. Today is 8:14. 5 months later, we are sitting here talking to each other saying, what happened to that money that we were supposed to get? What happened to your money out there, everybody, that you were supposed to get? What happened to our money? Not only what happened to our money, but what are they doing behind closed doors now with our money? Who's paying the money back? If this is all going to be taxed, I'm going to pay back. And now they're giving us loans instead of grants, which is fine. I'll pay that back too. But all of us were supposed to get $10,000, and we didn't. Where'd it go? Where'd my $10,000 go? Because I only got $1,000. Where's my other 9? Where's Raquel DeHood Thornton's? Where's St. Gangs? Where's the Janias? Where's Diana's? Where's Donnie Halverson's? Where's his money? Where's Leggett's money? Leggett's being screwed left and right. And it's not just one thing, guys. They understand? They put a SBA PPP. People aren't even getting it. People who are deserving to get it aren't getting it. It's like we're begging for something that's ours. Diana Rodriguez says, hola, they are just playing with us. They going on vacation twice in the middle of... Yeah, I know, right? Dude, if I did that, if I left a restaurant and if I was a server waiting on people and I walked out in the middle of rush hour, they wouldn't let me back in. So we should not let them back in. They should, wherever they go on vacation, we go lock. We got to go chain the doors to the House and the Senate. I mean, even President Trump is starting to do illegal stuff to try to get us money, and he's going to get in trouble. It's just so weird. Affiliate power source. We're getting kicked in the abyss as they shout it Sparta. Right? Robert Dunham, 534 months still wondering. Donnie Halverson, even if I get my 9G and 1200 stimulus, I'm still voting them all out. They waited too long and the people are hurting. In a pandemic, it's about people, not about playing politics like kindergarten. I'm with you. I don't want to see any of their faces ever again. And if I do, I can look at them and say, I didn't put you there. I didn't do that. Because right now, I can look at a few of them up there and say, oh boy, dude, I put them there. They lied to me. They told me they were something they weren't. They told me they cared about me. If they cared about me, they would give us our money now. Anyway. We're changing the extra point from 3 to 2. Amen. And then St. Gang said 20% of corporations are shell companies. Now 30 years ago, maybe 1 or 2%. So they get PPP, then file bankruptcy. Biggest transfer of wealth stolen right out in front of taxpayers' eyes. Yes. Yes. It happened. And Carranza has protection because she knows too many names. Yeah. So you guys know what's going on. All you listeners out there, all you people that are out there talking and upset about this, you're upset because you've seen the details. And the details on this don't make sense. Dang. Okay. We can smile through it all. If we could smile through this, dang, dudes, we can get over anything. Sorry, you got a little sniffles. Diana. Hola. They were just playing games with us in the middle of a pandemic. Affiliate power source. We're getting kicked into the abyss as they shout at Sparta. Donnie Halverson. Even if I get my 9G, that I just read that one. Robert Dunham. This week, the agency announced that they key official operating paycheck protection program will also begin assisting the office running Eidl. Yeah, no, Eidl is going right into PPP, but you're not going to like the looks of it. It's not Eidl. What they're trying to put into a new box and sell to you is not Eidl. Eidl was this. And here's why we all wanted it. Here's why we all should have got it. I'm coming to you and I'm asking, are you a small business? Yes, I am. Well, here is a grant to get you through the pandemic. It's $10,000. Show me that you're a small business. Just show me a proof. Show me some proof. Here's the proof. I'm a small business. Here's my website. That's good. Here's your $10,000. Stay safe. If you got to shut your doors, shut your doors. If you got to stay open, if you can stay open and you're taking a hit, it's all for that. And for employees, keep them paid. Here's the difference between the Eidl that they're trying to give you now. Are you a small business? Yes. Have you incurred a 50% or more loss? Yes. I need to see your driver's license. I need to see your proof of insurance. I need to see your proof of loss. I need to see your proof of ID from last year. I need so many pieces of paperwork that you're going to have a hard time finding it all, and I doubt you can. And if you do, I'm still going to make my decision on whether I think it approves or not for this grant. And most of you, 99% of you, are not going to get it because you don't qualify. Your small business doesn't qualify. It doesn't meet the standards that we've set now. That's the new package you're getting. That's the PPP you're getting. Instead of, I'm a small business. What do? I'm a modeling business. You can't model with the face mask on. And no advertisers are taking you right now because they're all going broke too. So it's not just a small business anymore. Now you're going to have all the credentials of a big business to get that grant. That's the difference between the PPP protection that they're offering and the Restart Act. That's what's coming, guys. Remember that. Restart Act. Their Restart Act is the one that they're going to be rolling the PPP over into. And is it forgivable? Maybe. We'll decide on that later, which I think most of it can be, but that's not the key. It's if you were a small business, you were supposed to get $10,000, and now where to go? Okay, I don't want to keep repeating myself. Affiliate power source. Our money got lost between the cracks as always, just like unaccounted $7 billion from the Federal Reserve a few years back. It happens. I mean, if I lost $7 billion, that'd be normal. Oh. Diana Rodriguez says, you get fired. Yes, you would. Exactly. And Diana Rodriguez, let's take them all fired. Let's do it. Fire them all. You're fired. Donnie Halverson says, it's funny how Trump says the Dems have a bunch of stuff not related to COVID, but yet he put an FBI building in the bill. Pot calling kettle black. Yes, that is. Yes, that is. You got to call, when a duck quacks, you got to call it a duck. So what does the FBI building have to do with my idol? What does it have to do with my stimulus check? What does it have to do with anything that matters to the most of the American people? Screw the FBI building, Trump. Come off of it. Oh. My family members would just jump on me if they found out I was talking badly about Trump. But you know what? Call a duck a duck. I'm not voting for him either. I'm not voting for anybody. I have morals that I can't put money in front of, that I have to vote in that direction. But I'm not voting for any of the politicians that are sticking around right now letting this happen. I say run up there and start looting. No. But we can hashtag defund the politicians. And if you got a can of spray paint, you can go paint your kids' toys or something. Don't be marking up no streets. We're not trying to do anything like that. DJ, be nice. Robert Dunn, I do understand your frustration though. I do understand, like, yeah, do you want to do it? Yeah. Would I do it? No, I'm not going to do that. But sure, I understand it. I get it. Robert Dunham, according to the Politico, Cardin likes Rosen's legislation. Who was it? It was it Eddie Murphy? He said, I don't understand. No, it was Chris Rock. When O.J. Simpson killed Nicole Brown Kidman, he's like, dude, I wouldn't have did it. But I understand it. Okay, anyway. According to Politico, Cardin likes Rosen's legislation. Get rid of them both. I still want to get rid of them both. Cardin likes Rosen's legislation, but that's great that he does. That's great that Cardin likes it, and he's a Democrat and he should like it, but why isn't his name on the co-sponsoring bill? Cardin's name's not even on it. If you back something up, you go write your name down on it. And the thing is, it shouldn't even be in bill. It shouldn't be coming back. It was already written. It was already signed by 96-0 members of the Senate. It's frustrating. Donnie Halverson, tell you what, if people don't get what was promised to them, looting will be happening. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt that at all. And then they'll get it because it seems like that's what works now, right? Is that what works, guys? Does it work if you go out there and we start trashing people's buildings? And, the problem is it was our small businesses that were getting trashed. So now what do we do? Do we go Fight Club on it and roll a big donut into a Starbucks? What do we do? Tell you what, if people don't get what was promised them, looting will happen. Eidl was grabbed because it wasn't PPP and made no sense to get. Yep. They have all these guidelines so people will just give up, period. That's the key right there. What Donnie Halverson just said, let me put that behind me. What Donnie Halverson just said is exactly the correct assumption. Where is it not going there? Hold on. I will put that up behind me. And I'm going to show you what is to come. You're not going to like it, but it's the truth. You see that restart that I put there? Real easy solution to repulsive time. It's the Restart Act that I think we should do, and that's defund politics. The politicians, defund them. But the real Restart Act, if I can get to it. Yeah, I need a new computer. The real Restart Act is about, if I could probably have to go to my other computer to get it. Oh well. It's not working. These programs are horrible. Anyway, the Real Restart Act has so many stipulations on it that if you were to qualify for it, you would probably qualify for it because you were paying somebody to do that work for you. And you would have all your ducks in a row. If you don't have all your ducks in a row, you're not getting anything. And how many small businesses have all their ducks in a row? We don't operate that way. That's how far they are detached from the American people. They don't get it. There it is. The Restart. Reviving economy sustainably through a recovery act. It says it's bigger than the PPP and it's forgivable. That's the act that you're going to be seeing. This is the act that we're going to be getting. And if you read the act, it's not for small business. It's for small businesses. But to go through the hoops and ladders that you got to go through to get help, like he said, you can get so discouraged, you might just give up. You might even get to the point where I don't know how to do that. I can't do that. I can't finish that because I'm stuck here. I'm stuck there. And it wasn't supposed to be this way. Because this COVID thing happened, was not your fault. It was not your fault. And the way they're trying to act now is they're trying to make us feel like it was somehow our fault. And that we don't deserve any help. Hand ups. Not handouts, hand ups. Okay. And Donnie Halverson said that. They have all these guidelines so people will just give up, period. Exactly. Robert Dunham, 7-year Restart Act, basically Eidl with less years. It's worse. It's so much worse. I read it and I was getting just angry. I did a video on it. You'll hear about the Restart Act from everybody when it comes out, but right now I think the only ones you'll find is one of mine. But I couldn't even finish the video because while I was reading it and going through it, I was just I started off good, like, yeah, cool, Restart Act, R-E-S-T-A-R-T, the song and everything. But after a while, I just got to be like, whoa, this is bummer, man. This was a downer. Robert Dunham, now if we can wiggle expense terms, I get the frustration, no looting. No, we don't do that. Robert Dunham, I mean, unless you want everyone to co-sponsor every bill that passes, yeah, we could, they all did. Sponsor it once. Now they changed their mind. Never mind, I didn't mean what I said. Oh. Never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it. Is that what they're saying? Never gonna get it, never gonna get it. Rosin had similar business bills with 6 sponsors. Yep. Affiliate power source. I had a problem trying to start LLC online recently. The system won't accept payment, and all representatives seem to have tied up to help me out. I have to do things by mail now. Wow. Is that what it's coming down to? Doesn't Restart loan need $25 million in revenue? Doesn't need it? No. No, I think there's one part of it that you can have $25 million in revenue, but there's part of it that mentions that, but it's not like you need $25 million to get it. To get a certain amount, you would, or to be under. Here's the way they're doing it too. Okay, with the Restart loan, if you're loaned up to, I think it's 150,000, 0 to 150,000, you pay 3.75%. Then if you go from 150,000 to 250,000, it drops to 3.25%. And the more money you loan, and say you were to take a loan for $8 million or above, 0.75%. So what that does is it feeds the big businesses with really little interest rates, barely anything to pay back. But the smaller, littler businesses, you're going to pay more because that's right. It's frustrating, but that's how they're doing it. Read the act. It's crazy. Affiliate powers, I had a problem. Trying to start the LLC. I just read that. Robert Dunham, paperwork heavy. Yes, it sure is. T. Carlson, why does every bill need to be done twice? Waste of time, waste of money, waste. Yes, it is. Robert Dunham, committee to Senate, House of 2 carat. James Leggett, agreed. T. Carlson. Mr. Zat, they're changing their minds because they're trying to fund their respective states. I can't be sure, but it seems as if the bill doesn't help their state, then it's a no-go. Yeah, I can see that. Or else they use up most of the money in their states, and the other states are like, hey, I didn't get the money from my state. When it's federal, it was supposed to be dished out a little bit differently than state to state. Dayton Sonois. So the bill didn't pass for the 10,000, and they got a new program called Restart. Should I start organizing a march? Maybe that would help. Yeah, Restart and PPP for nonprofit. They do. The Restart does take nonprofits. It's might not be so simple, but they are taking nonprofits. My right ear is feeling lonely. Am I not on mono? I thought I put it on mono, so maybe. Let me see. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Definitely coming out more than the left, though. Robert Dunham, not interested in Restart, just a fixed idle. A new head of SBA that isn't servicing the carrot. Yeah. You know what? I don't think anybody that has read the Restart is at all up for this thing. At all. They're acting like COVID went away and everything's fine now. And to get your grant or your loan, or not your grant, but your loan, that things are as if there's not a pandemic out there. That's what they're acting like. Everything's fine. You shouldn't even need this. And that's not the way it is. Whose world are they living in? Because they're still getting their salary. They're not taking a pay cut. They're still getting their lifestyle has not changed. Bro, you need to run for Congress. No way. I could not be around those people. I am so sorry. My freedom from their lives, away from them, you could not pay me to walk around these people and smell the greed and smell the lies and deception. And I don't know, man. No way. I can't run for Congress. I run from Congress. But Mr. Zaza, you run. I'll vote for you. If you go independent, I'll vote for you. We'll talk. The name Zaza, it's catchy. What else we got? The CARES Act. More of the CARES Act stuff. And you all did get the memo on the Virginia congressman, did mention the Eidl back, and he would like to get it back for his people. Because here's what's going on, I think, is right now with the politicians, is it when the CARES Act was passed, it was a very sense of urgency. Guys, we got a pandemic. We need to get the money out to the people. And everybody got together and said, yes, let's do it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Went without a hitch. Now the money got sent out there. Some were praised more than others. Some politicians got a little bit more praise than others. So with that happening, the ones that didn't get praised so much, nobody's thanking me for it, and I signed it, and I was there. So I'm going to go get praised for this one. I'm going to go make a show and make more money bigger, and everybody will like me better, and then they'll vote for me again. So they go out there and they set out this big display and fireworks. And what happens? It turns into a political mess. Now we are politicized. Now we're trying to get favorites over the next one. And that's what happened. If you notice on the next signing of the bill, hey, look at me. I'm signing the bill. Pelosi. Look at this. Oh, I'm going to sign this humongous bill. And she's asking for a buffet of lobster and shrimp for everybody in a time of a pandemic. And then it just got so weird. It got so out of control. Now the Republicans are like, we're going to show them that they can't do that. And they will look over here at us again. We're being responsible. No, we just want to make everybody happy. No, we need to be more responsible. And watch us. Is responsibility going to win? Or is fun and everybody's happy going to win? None. They can't even meet an agreement. Who do we get? They brought up a point earlier today. Budget talks are next month. This will go well. Say gang restart. The SBA shall guarantee 100% of the program loan amounts made to certain small businesses that have not more than 5,000 full-time employees. That's another thing. 5,000 full-time. If you have less than 5,000 employees, you're a small business. If we put $100 billion in there, that thing, it's going to be going like that. It's wrong, people. They're giving the money again to the big businesses. And then we're going to be like, hey, we didn't get any crumbs on the floor. Everybody went through the buffet and everybody's fat. We're still starving. I have a friend of mine. He's a mechanic. And he is one of the reasons I would do this. He's a mechanic. He's a good mechanic, really. And he was living in an apartment in a city, a couple of cities away from ours. He was living in a nice apartment. Well, after the COVID hit, he didn't get no work. He was self-employed, and he didn't keep good books. He didn't have nothing. But he was a good worker. He worked really hard, and he used to get paid a lot under the table. You know, I know that's wrong, and a lot of people do that. But he worked hard, and he didn't charge a lot. He really gave people really good deals. COVID hit, and he's got two children, a 12-year-old girl and an 8-year-old boy, and he's married. And a month ago, he had to buy an RV for $1,000 and put it on, and a guy gave him a piece of land to put it on. It doesn't have water or electric, so he has to have a generator out there. And he's doing not good. And that's a small business owner that was affected by COVID. His kids are dirty all the time now. And he's not the kind of person that you can invite over and say, jump in the shower. I'm going to work my way back up and I'll make it again. But he's out there in the middle of a field in an RV because he didn't get no Eidl loan that he should have got because he didn't have the right paperwork. But he was a hardworking American businessman. Small business owner. He used his hands. He was just a mechanic. And that, my friends, that he's living in the middle of a field right now and running a generator out there for electric in an RV with no water is why I think somebody needs to be held accountable. Because this wouldn't have happened if they would have just did what they said they would for my friend. And here I am, and people are behind closed doors, making so much money that my friend doesn't matter, but they matter because they want to get the credit for what? I don't understand. And that's what I just don't get it. And that's why I came out here to help you guys with grants, and we're trying to get him funded too, where he'll be on his feet before, but he doesn't even want to take grants. He doesn't want to take handouts. He's not the kind of person he's one of those people that I want to work for my stuff. But right now it's to the point where, yeah, he's going to have to go elsewhere and find food and electric. He's got to put gas in his generator, and he's doing roofing now. He's just any odd side jobs he can get. So about those people that are making us wait another week. I know there's a lot of families out there right now that can't. That this was their week. They told their landlord, or they told their people out there that this was the week. I'll have your money this week. And if it's not there this week, then, so that's where I stand with it. And that's why I think all politicians that are in office right now suck. Anyway, next. How much of a dent would affiliate power source? How much of a dent would we put in the economy if everyone grew their own fruits and vegetables at home? Whoa, probably a lot. Dang, that's one idea. I got a backyard. Maybe I'll have my friend start growing vegetables. Maybe he is. He probably is. Robert Dunham, not much. It doesn't take small profits. They're looking for 50 to 100. Oh, really? Oh, wow. See, again, big businesses. They're back to big businesses. James M. Leggett. It doesn't make smaller nonprofits. They're looking for 50 to 100. I did not. I'll have to reread that. Sonoy's. I hear they're giving money to start nonprofits. In the new bill that Rubio is putting out, the minority bill, it's a minority bill for women, veterans that have a disability, and lower income families, African Americans, and minorities. They are going to get hooked up. They are going to be giving out a lot of money to start nonprofits with that. Keep your eye on Rubio's bill. He did a really good job with that one, even though I want to fire him too. But he did a good job on that bill. He's doing a horrible job right now trying to get people on the Eidl. A few people I know lost their homes, now staying with me. I got no room. I understand. Yeah. I know. It's crazy. Dayton Snows, he better take grants. Pride. Don't put food on your table. Yeah, he's willing to take anything right now, Dayton. He's willing to take anything. But right now you can't even get it. Their funds are out. So he can get food. He can get food stamps and stuff like that. But he'll get back on his feet. And but it shouldn't have went this far anyway. Philip Power Source, thanks for helping us out with the grants thus far. Yeah, man. We're finding more and more. Like I said, if you leave your county and address, or county and state down below, we will find what is in your area. And remember, if you go to those links pages that we did and you find those grants and stuff that we put out there, we put out a lot. I mean, hundreds and hundreds of them for rent and electric and utilities and stuff like that. We never looked into that before our friend got hurt, but now we're doing it. But sometimes the local grants and stuff like that will run out of money, but they reallocate their money too. Like when the stimulus package comes back, they're all going to have money again. But right now they don't. So even for that food act, it's hard to even get that for people. It's weird. Anthony DeMichael, last week, Friday, received my second denial from SBA since June. Tax issues. Sent in reconsideration information. Haven't heard since. It can sometimes take a little bit for maybe up to 2 weeks for reconsiderations. And right now, they're just I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if the SBA went on break. I haven't heard anybody this week tell me, hey, I got my loan. I think earlier Monday, maybe 1 or 2 people. Other than that, I haven't heard anybody saying they got their loan. So I don't know what's going on with that. James Leggett, I don't know if you remember me, but I'm still waiting on my Eidl loan after my bank rejecting it. No one's called me back in my updated bank info. Has anyone had any luck in this matter? That's what we just said. The SBA and the PPP that everybody is so excited about in this government, they should talk to Brian McKenzie and ask him how excited he is about it. Defund the politicians. Defund them. It's ridiculous. Defund them. Get them out. Go home. They all just need to go home. That's ridiculous. Yeah, I remember you too, Brian McKenzie. He's still waiting on that loan. My goodness. What next? So I think we need to start the restart program of our own. It's a real easy solution to a repulsive time. Hey, we can do acronyms too. You see that, United States government? We just did the acronym. We could work for the United States government. Only our solution is this. Defund politicians. That's what our solution is. That's what we should be trying to do. Is defund the politicians.
Somebody say, hey, we want a 10K. 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 Me and my friends, we like to play this game. Some call us annoying, but we think it's a shame. All find time to chat and go live and get with the House and Senate on the phone and online. We even tweet the press when we feel like we're stuck on Bill S4227. We'll say you're out of luck, but I think that it's time that they hear our voice and then we say it louder because it's our choice. We say, hey, we want a 10K.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
Check 1 2.
I can't.
Okay, I'm back. Only I'm not moving.
Somebody say, hey, we want a 10K. 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 Me and my friends, we like to play this.
Okay, guys. Well, it looks like I'm gonna have to get out of here because my video has gone out. Unless you guys could handle it without a video, you can probably try that. But I need to know you guys are gonna hashtag defund politics to President Trump's Twitter page. We could do that.
But I think
That would
that
be
it's
cool.
time that they hear our voice and then we say it louder because it's our choice. We say, hey, we want a 10K.
Okay, that's good. Okay, I can't.
Somebody say, hey, we want a 10K. Hey, we want a 10K.
Yeah, we do.
Hey, we want a 10K.
I think we want our 10K. Does everybody here want their 10K? Thumbs up. Likes this. Likes and subscribes for 10K. Well, I can't give you a 10K if you like this page. That's not how it works. We got to work harder for than that.
All find time to chat and go live and get with the House and Senate on the phone and online. We even tweet the press when we feel like we're stuck on Bill S4227. We'll say you're out of luck, but I think that
So what I need to do
that they hear our voice
is-
and then we say it louder.
I'll just read up here.
It's our choice. We say, hey, we want a 10K.
Still waiting patiently. Brian McKenzie is still waiting patiently. You know how long Brian McKenzie has been
That's
waiting?
good, that's good. Okay.
When does that
I
patience going to
can't.
run out? Even if it doesn't run out, you still should be a little bit upset at what's going on, and you need to hashtag defund politics, defund politicians. Everywhere you go. Don't be writing it on the sidewalks or anything like that. We're not getting crazy. but we would like to get it on President Trump's Twitter page, maybe Marco Rubio's YouTube, maybe on Pelosi's phone.
Some call us annoying, but we think it's a shame. We all find time to chat and go live and get
Sorry
with
that
the
I've
House
lost my
and
video.
Senate on the phone and online. We even tweet the press where we feel like we're stuck on Bill S4227. You'll say you're out of luck, but I think that it's time that they hear our voice and then we say it louder because it's our choice. We say, hey, we want a 10K.
Oh, I totally lost it.
Oh, okay. That's good. Okay. I can't.
Somebody say, hey, we want a 10K. 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 Me and my friends, we like to play this game. Some call us annoying, but we think it's a shame. We all find time to chat and go live and get with the House and Senate on the phone and online. We even tweet the press when we feel like we're stuck on Bill S4227. You'll say you're out of luck, but
Hi, Jay
I
Farrell.
think that it's time that they hear our voice and then we say it louder because it's our choice. We say, hey, we want
Yes, I did.
10K.
Thanks, Robert.
Oh, okay.
Brian
That's
McKenzie.
good. Okay.
A lot of
I
things.
can't.
So up dramatically in July, a whole lot.
Somebody-
Moving so fast anymore. Still keep calling. Just don't wait. They just go away.
Hey, we want a
But there's still some folks with the money.
10K. Hey, we want a 10K.
Not grant so much, but loans, yes.
We want a 10K. Hey, we want a 10K. Me and my friends, we like to play this game. Some call us annoying, but we think it's a shame. We all find time to chat and go live and get with the House and Senate on the phone and online. We even tweet the press when we feel like we're stuck on Bill S4227. You'll say you're out of luck, but I think that it's time that they hear our voice and then
almost
we
back.
say
I am
it
almost
louder
back.
because it's our choice. We say, hey, we want a 10K.
Hey, we want a 10K.
Oh, okay. That's good. Okay. I can't.
One more time. And then I will be back.
Somebody say, hey, we want a 10K. 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 Me and my friends, we like to play this game. Some call us annoying, but we think it's a shame. We all find time to chat and go live and get with the House and Senate on the phone and online. We even tweet the press when we feel like we're stuck on Bill S4227. You'll say you're out of luck, but I think that it's time that they hear our voice and then we say it louder because it's our choice. We say, hey, we want a 10K.
Oh, okay. That's
Here
good.
we go.
Okay.
Yay,
I
got my
can't.
video back. I can see myself again.
Somebody say, hey, we want a 10K. 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 Me and my friends, we like to play this game. Some call us annoying, but we think it's a shame. We all find time to chat and go live and get with the House and Senate on the phone and online. We even tweet the press when we feel like we're stuck our choice. We say, hey, we want a 10K.
Okay. That's good. Okay. I can't.
You can always let us know what you would need from us, and we can try to help out with that. Hopefully, way better in the future. Guys, we're not going to take it anymore. And I think we've been able to speak our piece tonight. We can hashtag those politicians. And I just want to say, stick together as Americans. Put our voices out there. We'll be heard. But it's time to get a little bit louder than we've done lately. We've been very nice. It didn't seem to work as well as we thought it would. But you know what? We tried. So now we're going to have to get a little bit more louder, a little bit more involved, maybe. But we're not just doing it for us. We're doing it for everybody out there.
Because it's
Hope
our
the
choice.
politicians
We
are
say,
watching.
hey, we want a 10K.
Enjoy the last few months of your political careers. Pelosi,
Okay.
enjoy the last
That's
few
good.
months
That's
of
good.
your
Okay.
political career.
I can't.
McConnell, enjoy the last few months of your political careers. I just want to say thanks for everybody watching. Keep your head up. Put your trust in the government. Put your trust in God. That's what it's saying. Peace out. God bless.
Hey Congress, what you gonna do? Yep, what you gonna do to get the bill passed through? Right? Hey Congress, what you gonna do? What you gonna do to get the bill passed through? Right? Told us go inside, shut our doors and run.